Hi guys, you're welcome back to the channel today. So in today's video we are going to be drafting the pattern for this very beautiful top. It's a corset top with an armhole and a bag's waistline. So if you're interested in this video, please stick to the end so that you don't miss any part of it. So these are the materials I'll be making use of. Now some persons asked for this marker pen because for some reasons maybe my pencil wasn't clear, so I've gone ahead to get this marker pen for myself. I also have my ruler here. I have my tape, as you can see. So I also have this very beautiful Ankara fabric here. I ended up using just 2 yards for this beautiful top. So I have my lining here and I also have my gum stay. So I will advise you go ahead and use your head stay if you have one. So this is the materials I'll be using for the drafting of this top. So the where I place my tape here is going to be serving as my shoulder line. Now I wanted my top to stop at 22 inches, so for some reasons this paper wasn't enough, so I'll go ahead and draft on what I have. Then when cutting on my fabric, I will make sure to add the extra inches to it. So as you can see, I placed my tape from my shoulder line. I marked my bust line, which is 11 inches for me, my under bust 15, my waistline 18, and I also marked the top line, which is about 20 and half inch. That is what I had there. So I'll just go ahead and connect all these lines together just like this. Now I decided not to fast forward this video because I felt you guys will really want to go through it carefully so that when drafting yours you don't make any mistakes. So guys, after connecting those points together, the next thing we'll do is I'll come down. I'm coming to my bust line here by 2 inches here. Just go ahead and go up by 2 inches. Now this will serve as the chest line. If you don't know how to calculate your chest line, go ahead and divide your bust measurements by 4 inches and then add 1.5 inch to it, and whatever you get there becomes your chest line. So I'll just go ahead and label this: the chest line, the bust line, the under bust line, the waist line, and also my top line. So guys, after this I will just go ahead and divide my shoulder measurement by 2. So my shoulder measurement is 15 inches. That divided by 2 is 7.5. I'll just make a point here, and then from that point I'll come down by 1 inch from my shoulder slope. So now I'm going to still place my tape on this point here and mark my neck width. Now for this particular top, we are not going to be making use of the neck depth for this, but because I'm trying to draft a basic body, so I'll just go ahead and connect a cuff here like this. Just go ahead and connect a cuff here, even though we are not going to be making use of it. I'll just go ahead and connect it this way. So from that 1 inch I came down, I had to mark it, connect it to the neck width just like this. So after that, I'll place my ruler like this and connect that point to meet my chest line. Okay, so after connecting this point to meet my chest line, I will just go ahead and divide what I have here by 2. So I had 8 inches and that divided by 2 is 4. and after then I'm going to go in by 1/2 inch. So we are trying to create our armhole. So after that, on the chest line here, I'm going to place my tape this way and mark my round bust divided by 4. So for me it's 10 inches. And after then I'm going to use my curved rule and connect these 3 points together. I'll just go ahead and smoothen this part. And then I'm going to use my marker to bring this out like this so that it's very visible. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do is we are going to be taking our darts. So I'm going to come to this bust line here and mark my half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is also known as a bust span. So for me it's 8 inches, and that divided by 2 is 4 inches for me. I'll just go ahead and mark it here, and after then use my ruler to connect this point into a straight line. After connecting the point, from my bust line here, I'm going to come down by 1 inch, just like this. And after then, from the waistline here, this waistline here, I'm going to be marking 1/2 inch on both sides, like this, and I'll also mark on this other side. And then I'm going to use my ruler to connect these points to meet this point here, and after then connect it to my top length. After connecting the point here on this arm, on this shoulder slope, I'm going to divide what I have here by 2. So I had 4.5 inch, so I'll just go ahead and divide this by 2 and make a point here, and then I'll use my ruler to connect this to meet my darts. Okay, so I'm done connecting this, and the next thing to do is I'm going to place my tape from my bust line to my under bust line, and I will just place it here, and I had about 4 inch, so I'm going to use this 4 inch to create a circle round. So yours can be 3.5 inch, it can be 3 inch, it can also be 4 inch, just like mine. Now note, I'm very busty. Yes, so maybe after connecting this you find out that yours is not looking very big. Please don't panic, because I am very busty, and you will see how this circle is going to come out very big. So let's just go ahead and connect this round just like this. So guys, remember I told you mine is going to come out very big. That's because I'm very busty here. You can see how big it's looking. So the next thing I'm going to do is on my under bust line, I'm going to go out by half of an inch on both sides here like this. And after then, I will use my ruler to connect this down to my top length. So after connecting this, I'm going to use my curved ruler to curve this to meet these other points up here like this. Okay, so I'm done connecting it like this, and I'll use my ruler to just smoothen this other point. I'll just go ahead and make it very visible so you see what I'm doing here. So I'll just connect this first like this, and then I'll connect this other one like this, so you see now it's very bold. And then on the bust line here, I'll also go ahead and before then, I think I went ahead to measure what I had here, and it's about 1.5 inch. Yes, I had about 1.5 inch here. So I'm going to give I'm going to give 1 inch to the side going towards the center, just like this. And then I'll give 1/2 inch to this other side going towards the side like this. And after then, I'm going to connect this to meet my bust line. But before then, like I said, I will just go ahead and use my ruler to connect this point to meet my bust line, just to make this very bold like this. And after then, I will just use my curved ruler to connect these 2 points like this. After connecting it like this, I'm going to come up here by 3/4 of an inch for my bust tightening. This is very necessary. Just come out by 3/4 of an inch and then connect this back to meet this other line here. And I'll connect these two. Although this didn't come out very well, so please, when doing this for yourself, make sure to connect this to come out very well. Mine didn't come out well, but that is not a problem because I'll be cutting this other side out where you see me marking. I'm going to cut this off, so this is no longer needed. So guys, after then, I'm going to come down by 1 inch from my chest line. Sorry, I didn't know my camera didn't capture this part. It's nothing serious. I just came down from my chest line by 1 inch, and then I'm going to try as much as possible to connect it to meet this other point here. That's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe. So this is it after I was done connecting this. I'm just seeing, for some reason I don't know, my marker it's kind of rough, but please don't mind this marker. Just go ahead and do exactly what I'm doing here. And on this other side I'm coming out by 1/2 inch for this other part here, and then I'm going to connect this 1/2 inch to meet this other line here like this. I'll just go ahead and connect a straight line to meet this point. So basically we now have like an armhole here. Don't worry, at the end of this video you understand what we are doing here. So after this, from this center here, I'm going to come in by 1 inch here like this, and then I'll use my curved ruler to connect this from my under bust line to meet this other line here. But before then, let me just go ahead and connect this point to meet my 1/2 inch point here, and then I will just use this ruler here to connect this other point here to meet this 1 inch point. So guys, this is it. We now have like an armhole here like this. This can be a little bit maybe you are confused. Please don't get confused, okay? Just go ahead and do exactly what I'm doing here, and you will see that it will actually come out very nice. So on my chest line here, my bust measurements divided by 4, and then I marked it there, and I will replace the dart intake I have here. I had about 1.5 inch, and then I'm going to add my 1.5 inch extra for stitching allowance. So I didn't know my camera didn't capture this part as well. I'm very sorry for that. On the waistline, my waist measurement divided by 4, I'll replace the dart intake here and also mark 1.5 inch for my stitching allowance. And then I'll repeat same for the top length. There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are. So basically we are almost done for this drafting of the front pattern. I will just go ahead and use my ruler to connect all the points together, and after then I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and I'll show you why cutting this so that you don't make mistake. So guys, tell me why you haven't subscribed to this channel. This is Lady Peace Stitches. Okay, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Please guys, go ahead and share this video to your friends because it will go a long way. Thank you so much for sticking to this video till this end. Now I'll just go ahead and cut this out, and we will go ahead and draft the back pattern together. Please like this video, please share, and most especially please click on that notification bell so that when I upload the sewing part of this video, you will be first to get notified. So let's just go ahead and cut this out. I'm done cutting this out, and this is how it's looking. You can see the armhole effect on it. You can also see this other part here. Now I'm going to be cutting the center part off, but before then, let's go ahead and draft the back pattern. So for the back, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come out by 1 inch for my zipper allowance, because this blouse is going to be having a zipper at the back. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. And after then, I'll just go ahead and connect all the points together just like this. So after connecting this, I felt it wasn't visible, so I went ahead to use my marker to, make this line more visible and bold so that you can see it clearly. Now this 1 inch is for my zipper allowance at the back. You can decide to do 2 inch, you can decide to do 1.5, but as for me, I preferred 1 inch. So after then, I'm going to place my tape from here to from the shoulder like this. I'll come down to my bust line, my under bust line, my waistline. Now the difference between the back and the front pattern is the back, I'm going to stop mine at my waistline because I'm trying to follow the video, the picture I saw so I'm trying to follow that. So I'm going to be stopping mine at my waistline, but in case you want yours to go down, please go ahead and make it anyhow you want, but as for me, I'm going to stop mine at my waistline. Unlike the front that I said, I'm going to be adding extra inches to it, but for this other side, I think I'm okay with it like this. And then remember how we did the front, I went up by 2 inches, which is going to serve as my chest line, and I said divide your bust measurement by 4 and then add 1.5 inch to that, and whatever you get, that becomes your chest line. Okay, now I'm marking my shoulder measurement of 7.5 inch, and then after then I came down by 1 inch just like this. Remember how we did this for the front? I came down by 1 inch and I connected this to meet my neck width like this, and after then I'm going to connect a straight line to meet my chest line. Now please ignore the black pen you are seeing on this paper. I wanted to make use of this paper before deciding to use this for this particular tutorial. So my chest, I'm dividing this line by 2 and I came in by ½ inch, and then I'm just going to go ahead and connect it. Now I'm trying to create an armhole just like we did for the front, don't forget. And after then, on the chest line, I'm going to mark, notice where I place my tape, please. From this zipper allowance line, I'm going to come to my 10 inches point, which is my bust, my round bust divided by 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and connect this point like this. So basically, we now have an armhole for the back. So guys, after this, the next thing we are going to do is we're going to be taking our dart. Unlike for the front pattern, the dart started from the bust point, but for this other side here is going to start from our chest line. So this is the difference between the back and the front. It's starting from the chest line. I'll mark this down to the waist line, and then I'll go ahead and connect these points together. I'm done connecting it just like so. Now I'll go ahead and label this like this: my bust line, my under bust, and my waist line. Now if you wish to add extra more inches to the back pattern, then you will need to connect your dart to meet that very point, to meet your top length, just like we did for the front. But mine is going to stop at my waistline, so I will just connect it like this, and also connect this other point like this. And just like I said, if you wish to add extra more inch to the back pattern, please connect the dart to that other end, to the top line, please. So I'm done connecting the darts just like this. I will just go ahead and make this line more visible so that you understand what I'm doing. I'm going to be stopping mine at my waistline, so go ahead and do whatever you wish to do with yours. Another difference between the back and the front is, for the back you can decide to make use of V neckline. You can decide to give it whatever neckline you wish, but for me, I'm placing my curved row like this. So I'm just going to be making a curve, like a circle here like this. So you can decide on which other neckline you wish to use. So for me, I'll just go ahead and connect it like this, just like so. After connecting it like this, I just want to use my marker to also mark this point so that you see. And like I said, if you want to, you can decide to use a V neckline. You can decide to use this pattern I'm using. You can decide to use whatever neckline you wish for the back, but this is what I'm using for now. So these are the only difference between the back and the front pattern. Now I'll just go ahead and add my body measurement. My bust circumference divided by 4, and extra 1.5 inch for stitching allowance, just like we added for the front pattern. And then on the waistline here, my waist measurement divided by 4. I'm going to replace this dark intake of 1 inch here like this, and then add extra 1.5 inch stitching allowance. Remember, that's the general stitching allowance I'm using for this video. So I'll just go ahead and connect this like this, and basically we are done with the drafting of this video. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Please guys, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please guys, subscribe to my channel. Now one thing I forgot to do was, this is my back pattern after cutting it out. So from the zipper allowance line here, I'm going to come out by 1/2 inch like this. I'll just mark 1/2 inch away like this, and then I'll use my ruler to connect this point to this other point like this. And after then, I'll go ahead and cut this out. Now this is to prevent my blouse from having any bulginess at the back. Okay, so I will just go ahead and cut this out. So you notice that after doing this, when you fix your zip, you're not going to be having any bulginess at the back. Is going to relax perfectly. So this is it. I'm done. So for the center front, remember I told you I was going to be cutting out this other part. So remember, this is this other part, so that you don't go and cut another part. Please remember this other part here. Remember this one. This is the side front. This is this other one. Then I'll just go ahead and cut out this particular one like this. So this is it. I'm done. I'll just cut out this excess here, and if I open this up, you see how beautiful it's looking. So these are all the patterns I have. Now I'll just go ahead and cut this out on my fabrics. If you watch this video till the end, thank you so much. So this is it. After I was done cutting this out on my fabric, I also went ahead to cut out lining pieces for this, as you can see. And one thing I did was, okay, I remember I told you I was going to be adding some inches to the front pattern. So for the sides, like for the front pieces like this is the side, I added about 2 inches to that. And for the center front, I think I added about 5 inches to it. Yes, now 3 inches is going to be for my blouse length, and 2 inches is for that front, the is it bust waistline you see on that very picture. Now when I'm about to sew this, I'm going to show you guys the video on how to go about the cutting of the bust, is it bust waistline or whatever you guys call it? I think bust waistline, that effect you see in front of the blouse. I'm just going to show you how to go about the cutting. So I went ahead to add extra ½ inch all around for stitching, as you can see, and I did this for all the pieces here. So guys, if you watch this video to this end, thank you so much for stopping by. Please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, don't forget to comment. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. So I'll see you guys in my next one.
When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do.